When I was prepping for this video, I thought it was going to be deja vu. Here Nintendo goes with their Indie Direct and they bring out the narrators. They slowly bring out the games and show the trailer, then they talk to the developer, and then they re-explain the game via narration, acting like we don't have a brain. I was prepping to say the same old story, that Nintendo needs to redo their indie worlds because these are too slow and... No. Forget all of that. I take no issues with Nintendo today because they just delivered the best Direct of 2022 and one of the best indie worlds ever. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. It is too cool for tea today. Those announcements were too hot. We need something to sip on that's going to cool it off because that was bravo. That was just about perfect. Let me know in the comments down below what game you're most excited for and get ready for a high octane video because they delivered. And we're going to skip straight to the end and go with Sports Story, which appeared. I thought they couldn't do it. I thought they wouldn't double dip. It didn't seem like it was time. And then boom. They showcase a beautiful, colorful, vibrant, and expanded trailer for Sports Story, indicating that in the time that they've been working on the game, it hasn't just been polishing and bug squashing, it's been building. They're adding even more sports. We saw mini golf, we saw BMX. It looks insane and fantastic. There's dungeons, there's sports, there's everything. And I was thinking, okay, 2024, late 2023, no date. They're just kind of feeding our appetite. They're just like, we need that one more thing. Nintendo knows how important one more thing is to them, and here it is. Holy freaking crap, Sports Story is out next month. It's out in December, and now we get to play this thing after so much time. That's alone, enough to make this indie world amazing. But they didn't stop there. But let's just focus for a minute on this game is out next month. We've been waiting so long for this one, it seemed like it wasn't coming, and no words on the developer's front. They had said nothing about this game for so long, and for it to show up was a miracle, and for it to drop in December, I feel like I'm in a parallel dimension. What multiverse did I wake up in where the good guys are winning, and Sports Story is out in December? What the freaking heck? Oh my goodness gracious. It's coming out in the first half of the month. I don't think they dropped Sports Story December 23rd. I think that thing is going to be out December 2nd or December 9th, and we'll probably get a release date trailer very soon. But finally, it looks amazing. I think people that are into sports and have no care about sports will love this one. And it seems like they are taking Golf Story's wonderful foundation and just expanding upon it in so many directions. Also, mini golf, one of the greatest sports ever invented by humanity. Mini golf, fishing, BMX, tennis, all of it is going to be so good. And somehow, that's just one of many because Inscryption is coming December 1st. Inscryption, oh baby. If I had a love with a game, it was Inscryption. Me and Inscryption, we started off slow but steady. I knew that the opening was really interesting. It's this card game. I love card games. Escape room, kind of creepy but not too creepy. And then it just fully blossomed into a downright devoted addiction. Inscryption, without spoiling it, it changes itself. That game has so many layers, and even if you're not the biggest card game fan, please play it. Inscryption is one for the record books. That's a 10 out of 10 experience that will never leave you. The things they do with the story, the things they change the gameplay, the unexpected ways it unfolds. December 1st, the Switch gets a glorious game. Come on, there's another one. Rogue Legacy 2 breaks its exclusivity and drops on Switch today. Today, Rogue Legacy 2, the sequel to Rogue Legacy, one of the greatest Rogue games that has ever been put onto a platform, and honestly, one of the ones that really jump-started this generation and this genre into its modern form. Rogue Legacy 2 does everything Rogue Legacy 1 did, but more and better, and it's about your ancestry, right? You pick a new character every run, and they have some positives and some quirks, and there's so much to unlock. The metagame is fantastic, and the moment-to-moment is also spot on. This is a gem, and this is going to look beautiful on your OLED screen. If you got that OLED, you're in for a treat, because Sports Story just turned up the saturation. All right, Rogue Legacy 2 kicked up the saturation, and so many games just pop on that screen. The indies do wonders. I can't believe Rogue Legacy 2 is out today. Inscryption is out in 2.5, 3 weeks, and then Sports Story is coming in a month. That right there is a trifecta that makes the Switch, those three games basically equal a big new Nintendo game to me. Those three are so good, and if they're all around $20, that's 3 games that you can get instead of going to buy Gotham Knights, which isn't very good, I'm sorry to say. You could get Sports Story, Rogue Legacy 2, and Inscryption, and you will be in awesome gaming heaven. I'm not even going to say indie gaming heaven, because these three just have enough power, I think, to climb out of their indie selves and just be great games. And it's something Nintendo has excelled with so strongly this generation. The Switch, part of its big success is its commitment, devotion, and smarts with indies. They found great ones. There's a few games in here that I was a bit questioning, including one that's releasing today. What is the name of this game? Once Upon a Jester. A sock puppet and his spooky jester friend go on an adventure, and they have to be the best play performers, the best musical theater performers in the land. This game looks like a game made on drugs. I don't know, maybe not, but it looks like it has all sorts of chaos, and I kind of also am really interested in checking it out. There's also that cooking game that kicked off the show about the Indian family and kind of making some of the dishes that are important to them. It's like story and choices and cooking. It's one of the ones that Nintendo did their weird thing where they trailer devs tell the trailer again as if we're stupid, but the game does look super cool, and I love Nintendo's commitment to tapping into all genres and all corners of the globe. Like, it sounds kind of like artsy-fartsy, but it really is cool that Nintendo is so determined to find games from all over and amp up and support games that may never get that kind of shine. Like, I think indie worlds are truly special because they do give us the heavy hitters, but they also touch on some games that look downright delicious. And that quite literally is the case with Venba. Now we gotta move to another food-based game in Pepper Grinder, which looks like Drill Dozer 2. I think Devolver Digital was like, we love Drill Dozer, anyone wanna do it again? And of course, you know, Game Freak ain't gonna do it. They're way too busy. Game Freak did do Drill Dozer and it was delightful, but Pepper Grinder is beautiful. One of the best names of the year because a Pepper Grinder is like, wrong, wrong, wrong. But then also her name is like Peppa Pig. No, it's not that, don't worry. It's Pepper Grinder, and she's digging her way through a pixelized world that looks amazing. It's got those GBA graphics that I think hold the test of time, and it has super sick graphics and super sick gameplay where you are diving, rising, and using this big drill, all sorts of upgrades, and a giant mech that then breaks into like 3D and destroys everything, including boss battles, collecting a bunch, and digging deeper. Devolver knows what to do, and I feel like this is really them picking a great one. Pepper Grinder is probably my most anticipated indie of 2023. I mean, Hollow Knight Silksong, but is it coming? I don't know. Now that Sports Story is 2022, now that Inscryption is 2022, Rogue Legacy 2 is 2022, Pepper Grinder looks amazing, and the same can be said for Have a Nice Death. The graphics there, it's hard to tell from a trailer if a roguelike type combat game is going to feel good in the hands, but if Have a Nice Death does feel good in the hands, that's going to be another one to watch out for in 2023. Goodbye World is out later this month, and the concept there is just exhilarating, right? You're helping these two people through their troubles and toils and process of building a game, and you're playing the puzzle game in the game that they're developing and seeing the progress as you also play through the puzzles. It's very meta, it's very fourth wall. It's like Deadpool without the dumb jokes or Ryan Reynolds. I think this one is going to be heroic. Kind of an ominous title, but it's out later this month, and I hope that it's as fun as it looks because the idea is there. Game developers making a game about game development while you play the game that's in game development. I don't know, I think that is like layers of onion that Shrek would be proud of, and I am pretty pumped for it. Somehow it doesn't stop there. Somehow this show just kept on delivering. There's a game called A Space for the Unbound coming in January that looks like a pretty sick RPG experience where you and your girl have to save the world by telepathically communicating with the village. You also have Desta, The Memories Between, which looks like the Monument Valley folks, that developer, us too, their take on Pyre. If you don't know what Pyre is, go look and see Supergiant Games, the makers of such classics like Bastion and Hades. They made a game called Pyre, which was like basketball from the magical age, and it was really, really fun. And Desta is kind of taking that. It's like a weird ball game mixed with turn-based RPG, mixed with roguelite. I don't know, it seems interesting. It also seems convoluted, but that developer, Monument Valley, was really strong multiple times, and so I think this game has a lot of promise. And there were just so many interesting ones. I'm scrolling through the list. Oni Road to the Mightiest Oni looked interesting. Also, weirdest naming convention. Oni Road to be the Mightiest Oni. It's like Mario, Road to be the best Mario. Well, there's only one Mario. Coffee Talk Episode 2. I mentioned Pepper Grinder. Aka was the game about trying to find inner peace as a panda. Have a Nice Death, we talked about, that looked good. I mean, this show was just jam-packed, and there's a montage with WrestleQuest and a bunch of other nice games. It just looked really, really spectacular. They somehow showed not a farming sim obsession. They were like, no, it's not just farming sims. We saved that for the general direct, and somehow the indie direct comes in with variety, panache, charm, and it's the panacea to a year where directs, I think, have been a bit disappointing. This Indie World in November, why they picked November? Well, guess what? It's because so much is coming in December. Now we know. Sports Story, Inscryption in December. Rogue Legacy 2 and the Sock Puppet Drug Dream is out today. Also, a little to the left. Cha-Cha, have we talked about Cupid Shuffle in like the last 3 videos? I feel like it. A Little to the Left is an organizational game out today that actually looks great for people with anxiety or OCD. So maybe I will download that one as well. There's a lot to play. It is getting insane. I'm playing God of War Ragnarok. Still working through Bayonetta 3. Pokemon coming out. Okay, I'm also... Sonic Frontiers has a hold on me. If you didn't see my video, see how I was wrong. And now Rogue Legacy 2, Inscryption is coming out. I might double dip on that. A Little to the Left. Midnight Suns is out. Evil West is coming out. Oh, these games are all just piling on, and the fun feeling of a fall that's overwhelming, falling on our faces and our wallets cry. I love it. I haven't felt this since before COVID, and here I am back in a year where there's too many games, and there's too many good games, and everything is all at once, and that is overwhelming, but like the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once tells you, it's gonna work out. It's gonna be all right. You just gotta have a little bit of trust, a little bit of love, and a little bit of faith. So be good to those around you. Let me know what indie games you love from today's show, and if you agree that this downright delivered and destroyed the other directs, and we'll forgive Nintendo for having a format that really is kind of archaic and a bit insulting that they think we need to hear the game described 3 times. Anyhow, I'll let it go. Today's show, spectacular, A+ for this one. Loved it a lot. Go play Rogue Legacy 2 and get your coin ready for Inscryption and Sports Story. I can't believe Sports Story is out. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive, my friends. Love you all a lot. Until next time, SwitchForce. Quest to be the best SwitchForce. Out.